And what's even more amazing is it's generation after generation.
Yes.
It
Oh
just
yeah,
keeps
That's what
on.
blows my mind.
I
It
know, me
just does.
too. Every day
Yeah.
I see it every day and it still blows me away. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just really it's kind of hard to talk about, You have to
Yeah.
really like focus in on, what exactly you want to talk about because it could just keep on
Oh, that
expanding.
yes.
Yeah.
All right,
Absolutely.
DC, we are live and
Did you
ready to
have your
start.
volume up, DH?
I did. I just fixed it.
Okay. I was hearing the background
Yeah,
there
I
a little
just
bit.
adjusted the soundboard over there, so we're
Gotcha.
good.
Okay. You ready? Let's get the
Yep,
intro real
whenever you're
quick.
ready.
All right.
Hi, this is Ivan from Men Without Hats, and you're listening live from Nashville to the D&D Dynamite 80s podcast with DC and DH.
Live from Nashville, Tennessee, you are listening to the D&D Dynamite 80s podcast with your hosts, DC and DH. So, guys, take it away. Hey, take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another fantastic episode of D&D Dynamite 80s. I'm DH,
I am DC.
and as usual, we're here to take another look at all things. I'm just going to say
Not
it,
80s.
60s, 70s, 80s. We just kind
That's
of
what we've
stretch
come
the
to.
gamut. It's all good.
That's
We talk
exactly
about
right.
anything. Last week when our guests couldn't make it, we talked about DC washing socks. So, I mean, who knows what you're going to hear on here,
Right,
you know?
right.
DC, how's your week
Hey,
been,
it's going
brother?
to be an exciting month. We're going to celebrate the man, the legend, the one and only Elvis
Yes,
Presley. All right.
yes.
So we got some fantastic guests lined up, and it could not start off any better than Alicia Dean
no,
from
amazing.
Elvis Presley Enterprises is going to join us
Aw, that's
tonight.
so
We
nice.
appreciate it. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. How are you from
I am
Memphis?
I am great. Yeah, we're in Memphis right next door
Yeah.
to the mansion and we're getting ready for Elvis week.
I know you
Yeah,
are. I do a lot of Elvis radio, and by the
me too.
way,
Me too.
yeah. So the Graceland Beat.
Oh yeah,
If
thank
you're
you
on
for
Sirius
listening.
Radio, you need to
Yes.
catch her on Graceland Beat with Argo, and yeah, I don't go many hours without having the Elvis
You know,
radio going. So
that's the thing that amazes me though on the Elvis beat. There's always so much going on. How do you keep up with everything?
yeah,
Like, I mean, it's like every time I turn around, there's like this lot, and I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do. I couldn't keep up with it.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I mean it's constant. I mean, we are always busy. There's something always going on, and I think that just really speaks to, the Elvis Presley legacy. I mean, come on, 48 years after his passing, and we really have events going on every single month, and they're all completely different, right? I mean,
yeah,
all year we do, live shows. We have different Elvis related events, but on top of that, since we have our amazing guest house resort hotel that's right on the other side of my office, we have just people coming in from all over the world, and they're also bringing in, like their conventions and events in that nature too. So it's just like it's nonstop, and it truly blows my mind because again, I'm a Memphis girl born and raised, and to be able to say that I get to work for Elvis Presley is just like blows my mind. I've been here 18 years, which also blows my mind. But
Wow.
but again, to try to
yeah,
keep up with the volume is a lot. Because
yeah.
again,
and
we just have so much going on, but that's a
Uh,
good
and
yeah, that was the question I had for you: is how in the world did you get such a great gig?
thing.
yeah.
Oh gosh, well, it's a funny story. So I went to Ole Miss, graduated in June of 2007, May of 2007, and then I started working here. I started as an intern,
Mm,
June 2007. It was the 30th anniversary of Elvis's passing, so I started specifically for Elvis Week just to kind of help out, and I was only supposed to be here for a couple months, and here I am
here you
18
are.
years later. So,
Wow.
it was just meant to be, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
started as an intern and just kind of stuck around. We call it Hotel California around here.
You're right. You can never leave.
You check
Yeah.
in, you
Listen,
never leave.
listen. I'm
That's
telling you,
exactly right.
I love to come down to Graceland,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been many times, but it seems like every time I go, I see something new or
New.
different
Mm-hmm.
that maybe I haven't seen before. It's just so amazing. But Alicia, what I want to know is why do you think Elvis continues to draw the fan, and then not just of his generation, but of all generations. I mean, it's all age groups that are just drawn to
Yeah.
him and to his music.
What do they relate to? Yeah,
You
that's
know,
my question.
I love this question. It's such a multi-layered question, right? Because you have to look at, Elvis as the superstar first, right? Because that's how most people are introduced to him. They're listening to his music and seeing the movies that he was in, right? And I
Mm.
mean, my gosh, he was an absolutely gorgeous man, so he wasn't hard to look at. So
I get
so
that all the time
I know, right?
too.
But it's funny because again, you start at the superstar, and then what happens is, depending on how you discovered Elvis, a lot of people, it's passed down from generation to generation. Everybody, I love talking to people when they come here, and I say, why are you here? Like, what brought you here? Like, why are you an Elvis fan? And they always, 9 times out of 10, most people are going to say, my grandmother listened to Elvis, my mom loved Elvis, we listened to Elvis around Christmas. Like, there's always some like family connection. So I
Mm.
I literally call him a family heirloom that gets
Yes.
passed down
Yeah.
from generation to
Yes. Oh yeah.
generation. And
Sure.
there's that nostalgic tie to it. So when you look at Elvis like that, people have this connection that brings them, into family, and just kind of like, captures people in such a way that really like pulls on their heartstrings. And then on top of that, you bring it down to another level, and we actually have a place you can go and dive a little deeper. There's a place you can visit and not only, learn about Elvis and walk in his footsteps, but also create memories with your family. Like, there's so
Mm.
many people that I see that, it's like 3 generations. You see like grandma, mom, and, daughter, like all together on family trips. And I'm like, it really is special. There's just something really special about it. And, we could dissect it for hours and days, really. It's true, but there's just something about the Elvis phenomenon that I think just really touches people on a personal level. And then, you find that next thing that Elvis liked that you might have the same liking to. I mean, Elvis loved football. Lots of people like football, right? He loved karate. And then people realize, oh, I didn't know Elvis liked karate. And Elvis liked reading books. We have a massive book collection. A lot of great readers out there. I mean, so there's so many different facets to Elvis's life. And fortunately for us, we have an archives that has 1.5 million artifacts.
Wow.
And
Oh
so
my
we're able
gosh.
to tell so many different stories. And going back to what you said, there's always something, something new to do or see here. And that's part of it. We're actually opening 2 new exhibits right in time for Elvis Week because of our archival collection. So,
Mm.
I mean, it's so fascinating. And again, Elvis's life, to only have been 42 years old, he has done way more than any of us could ever
That's
Yes.
imagine.
amazing.
So,
Yes.
Absolutely
And
amazing.
folks, and Alicia, I kind of want to touch on this. If you haven't listened to Elvis radio, you need to, because there's something really cool on there that at first I was like, wow, I never thought of this perspective, but it's kind of like the backstage recordings where they're kind of maybe joking around a little bit, or they start a
The
song and then,
outtakes and
so
stuff. Yep.
yes,
Yep.
yeah,
and it's so awesome when you
That
hear
is
him
cool.
just kind of having. It's like he's just a regular guy having fun with friends doing this
right.
stuff. It's just so amazing that connection you can
Yeah.
make.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, I give all the credit to Sony. Sony Legacy, puts out new box sets every year, and they kind of dig through all those recordings and
Hmm.
and pick out the songs and those outtakes that, yeah, people love, because again, it brings Elvis on a human level. That's
Yes.
again
Yeah.
when you look at Elvis the superstar, but he's going, oh, he's out of reach, he's out of touch. But then you hear those things and you go, oh yeah, he's just like the rest of us. It makes
Yeah.
him human, and I think that that's really what draws a lot of people in. And I think, again, coming back to the tour here at Graceland, again, you're walking in the same footsteps. You were opening the same front door that he walked through, the same living room. It's none of the rooms are behind plexiglass, which makes it even more personal. So it's just, there's just this feeling that you get when you're here, and that's the same feeling Elvis got.
And
Mm.
that's something I was going to comment on is you don't feel like you're going into like this museum where it's do not touch, do not enjoy, keep your hands to your side. You actually can kind of, and I don't know if warmth is the right word, but you can feel the warmth and the welcoming when you walk in. And I
Of
think
the
that
house.
adds,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that adds
That's
to
true.
Elvis's legacy as well. And I think you guys have done an amazing job of that.
Well, a
Yeah,
meditation
absolutely.
garden. I
Yes.
Hmm.
mean, it's so special. I mean,
Right,
you're not getting that at every kind of stop
Right.
right,
tour that
right.
that you'll do in places where that's so
Absolutely.
special.
Yeah, and I mean, you
Um,
think about, any other, musician celebrity who's passed on,
Mm-hmm.
who else has
Offers
what
that.
we have? You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
Like,
That's
where
exactly
else is
right.
there to go and do that home tour and have this experience that, you can just spend days learning about that person?
Mm-hmm.
It's really rare. There's really nowhere else that you can compare to Graceland.
No,
Yeah.
and one of the cool things for me is when I hear you on the radio, kind of updating what's coming up or whatever. You guys get excited just like we would as listeners. It's not
Yeah.
like this. I'm going to read this list. This we're going to do this. You can feel the excitement that you guys are putting out there. So, again, you guys do an amazing job of keeping this legacy and everything going. It's just so amazing to see the way y'all build around that.
Oh, thank you. And I mean, yeah, if we didn't have passion behind it, then it wouldn't work. And I was literally talking to somebody yesterday saying, the key to all of this is looking at Elvis as a human. He's a person, he was
Mm-hmm.
a father,
Mhm.
a husband. I mean, he's a person, right? Versus a brand. Yet we're still, having to do that balance of both. But when you can take that into account first, it's going to change how you look at every decision that you have to make on a business level. And I mean, we're
Mm.
always putting, Elvis first. And yeah, of course, we want people to, come here and, buy merch, buy product, of course. Like, that's part of the business. And that's
Right.
even when Elvis was alive, that's what they had, right? So,
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
you still have the products and the things that are, not necessarily of the human level, but we take into every single thing that we do, going, okay, we're thinking about Elvis first, thinking about the family, and then putting it into play with, okay, now we're going to take really good care of how we sell this quote unquote product, because we're not bottling a Coke and selling it. We're
And
literally selling, memories
right.
and Elvis's legacy. Like, that's just,
The greatest
there's so much
performer ever.
weight
And
on
Yeah.
that.
and
Yeah.
again, and I know I've said this, but I'm going to say it again. Again, you can feel that personal touch in those elements. Like, you go into a lot of places or museums or whatever, and of course there's a sales force, and it's truly a sales force. But I've never felt that on my visits to Graceland. It's always kind of, you're doing your personal journey. We're going to offer you this stuff to help you remember this, whatever you would like, and kind of feed into the story. But it's never like that push, push, push. So
Mm-hmm.
Right, right.
That's
Well,
true.
good. I'm glad to hear that.
That is very true.
you
That is
can
very
send
true.
my check. I'll give you that.
I was going to say, this was not an endorsed spot here.
No, it was not. I promise you
Uh,
that.
you offer several different kinds of packages for the person that wants to come and visit. Of course, I did the last time I went. I did a VIP, and that was a fantastic experience. But the one that I'm curious about how it's going is the one where you can ride the horse. How's that going?
I think she may have froze.
She's froze.
I don't know if she can hear us.
Can you hear us, Alicia?
We'll see. Maybe it'll unfreeze, but we'll just kind of talk and see. We'll get
Yeah,
that connection fixed there.
but
But yeah,
I am curious. I am curious. I think she's coming back on.
yep. But yeah, folks, as I was saying, when you go down there, while DC's kind of seeing if we can get that connection back, it's not like a sales or anything. It is a personal experience, and everybody is allowed to experience it in their own way. So
Mm-hmm.
it's truly amazing to go down there honestly, every time I go down there, it's something different. I
Yeah.
always see something different or pick up on something different, and it's because the work that Alicia and her team do
Right.
that kind of helps continue to create that
Sure.
experience.
Sure.
Because I mean, let's just be honest. There's times where you may go to out just a park or whatever, and you've been there
Yeah.
several times, and there's never that same excitement. But it's always exciting to go down to Graceland because you always know there's going to be something new or something different you're going to see.
Absolutely.
So that just
Absolutely.
amazes me. So while we're waiting for her to come back, DC, you actually went down there just recently. So tell us a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
about what you saw.
Yeah. About a year ago. And I was very blown away with, like she said, they try to change it up. and put out a lot of the different, displays of things.
Right.
They've got such a huge variety of things that they have on hand there. And what was awesome was the Elvis, the actual Elvis. Where'd she go? The movie.
Yeah.
That display or that
That
actual
setup.
display.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned
That was
something.
so cool. They had the movie scripts. They had
Wow.
the clothing. Some of the clothing that some of the characters wore. Anything you could think of dealing with the movie itself, and they had some piece of it
And
that was pretty cool.
And that's really cool because when you first think of Elvis, you think of the star, the musician,
Right.
but man, what an illustrious movie career he had as well. So did they actually have like clips of each little movie playing or like stories
I don't
behind it?
remember that, but they had some some things that were kind of focused on that a little bit here and there, just little touches of it.
Okay. Cool.
But folks, if you haven't gone to see it, I mean, you can see his toys and
Yeah.
and all kinds of good stuff. Of course, all his jumpsuits and records, and
And
you're in awe when you walk into those big, huge rooms.
That's something that some of our previous guests that were kind of associated with Elvis has always said was his generosity to others, and enjoying life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And making sure others were enjoying what they were doing. So
Right.
I think that's a big part of Graceland too, is you kind of get that feeling that, uh, it's just kind of a magical place. It really
Yeah.
is. Just to
Yeah.
be honest with
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
Now you had mentioned, did you get to go into the meditation gardens?
I did. I lucked up. I actually, on my trip, I had gone early before Graceland opened.
Hey,
She's back.
Hey, Alicia, there you go. I thought, man, we're so bad. She's just
going to turn us off. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I think Elvis was trying to send me a message.
Well, we appreciate you joining back with us.
I
don't know if you got the what you got?
I figured out what it was, DC. She hit on it. Elvis said, "You know what? You are not going to
time to leave left the building.
We're out."
Nice.
I don't know if you heard the. Yeah, go ahead.
He's with me. So sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
No problem at all.
The question I was asking about, you have all the different kinds of packages that y'all offer for everybody. And the one that I was curious about is how the riding the horses is going.
Yeah, the Presley for a Day tour.
Yeah.
That is one of the best. Like, I have absolutely been obsessed with this idea since actually our owner, Joel Weinschenker, came up with this idea. And, really there's such a market these days for, people who want something that everybody else can't have.
Sure.
And that's exactly what it is. So it was a really unique idea. We want people to be able to experience what it really is like to be a Presley for a day. So from the get-go, from the very beginning, you sign up, you want to do this tour, you're getting like a personalized concierge that's going to attend to every need, even before you arrive. So we let you pick the menu because we're going to have a meal, which is so incredible, and where you get to have it is actually in the backyard of the mansion.
Wow.
So we literally renovated this what we called the mini barn, this building that's over by the stables that sat and there was just storage. We completely renovated this house. It's like this beautiful little house. It's what it is. And that's where we take people and they have a meal there, and you literally overlook the backyard of Graceland. And so it's just this really unique, one of a kind experience. And to talk about the horses, I mean, again, what's a Presley like to do? Well, a Presley like to ride horses. That's what I love to do. So we wanted to incorporate that. And, there's such a unique market for people who love horses. Again, like going back to finding those things that people like that you can relate to with Elvis, and horses are definitely one of those things. So we've never offered anything like this before, to be able to ride a horse, get your picture with the mansion in the background, just like
on a horse. Yeah.
So, it's a really cool experience, and
unreal.
There's a lot of people who have taken advantage of this. So I'm actually very, very happy with how that whole tour is going.
That's
You know,
fantastic
and,
stuff.
and Alicia, one of the things we were talking about while you were off there for a second was some of the guests we've had in the past have had affiliations, and they always talked about like how generous and how fun loving Elvis was, and that kind of shows. And I think that's again, and I mean, I'm going to get a big check if I keep this up, but I think experiences like that you've come up with continue to build on that legacy as well. Because I mean, what what other place can you go and have breakfast in the backyard of someone of that magnitude, ride the horses, just basically spend a day as if you were a member of their family?
Presley for a day.
I mean,
It's
that's
a,
Right.
it's
just
a, it's
just
an awesome
amazing.
idea.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that idea.
And I know we come up with these ideas and then we go, how are we going to top this? Like, what are we going to do next? I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
you just keep
Okay,
building and building, but it's
so
also we really do pay attention a lot to what the fans say and what they want. Like we actively
Yeah.
listen to
Yeah.
all of their feedback because they're going to let us know what they like and what they don't, and we
Right.
genuinely want to tailor as much as we possibly can to their needs because I mean Elvis was the same way. He always said,
Yeah.
they put the shirt on my back, so of course I'm gonna stop and talk to them, sign an autograph, and even maybe give you the ring off his fingers. So,
that's amazing.
No.
Now I know how you can top this next year when
oh,
you're ready.
okay,
I've
I'm
got it.
listening.
I've got it
The business side of
100%.
you. Okay.
We can do the same concept, except we're going to add in the meal you get to have with D&D, and we get to be there for free.
Oh, I
See,
see.
look at
Got it.
that. Look at
Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Add us on. That's
There you
right.
go. There
I
you go.
tried.
Um,
I tried, DC. I tried.
Alicia, we have had on, and this just came to me when we were talking about, the being gracious and all that he was. We had T.G. Shepherd on,
Mhm.
Yes.
and
Yes.
he talked about. We got on to Elvis at some point in the interview, and I believe Elvis purchased a bus for him.
Yeah, I mean,
It's in the interview, and I think
yeah,
that's correct.
yeah.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
He either helped get the bus or he actually paid for it
I
full
think he
out.
paid for it. I think he
yeah,
That's
paid
what I
for it.
I
think. That's
think,
right.
yeah, I think so too. And I mean, that's definitely not a, rare
It's
story
amazing.
either.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people who Elvis, bought cars for, and
Yeah.
obviously all the TCB necklaces he bought for
Sure.
the entourage, and even the girlfriends of the entourage got necklaces. And I mean, yeah, Elvis spent on everyone else.
Yeah.
But also, he liked to buy toys and liked to spend money because he just wanted to live life and enjoy it. And I mean, and he was a big kid at the end of the day. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
riding golf carts around the property. I
Yeah.
mean, literally he
Yeah.
had snowmobiles and horses. And I mean, my gosh,
Right.
he bought the Lisa Marie airplane. I mean, come on.
Right.
It's just that's who he was. But yeah, he was very generous, and that's probably the number one thing I think people take away from the tour that they didn't know before. If somebody comes on tour and they, obviously they know Elvis sang Heartbreak Hotel and Blue Suede Shoes, and they're just kind of going, okay, like I get it, it's this Elvis guy, but then they go, oh my gosh, he gave away so much money. Like he would just
Yes.
sit down and write checks to charities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it was $50,000 in one day to 50 different charities at $1,000 each or something. Like
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
crazy. In today's world, you just don't hear of people doing that.
And you
No.
guys have all that on display. You have a lot of those,
Yeah.
return checks and stuff like
Mhm.
that. That's just unreal.
Yep.
One of my favorite stories, though, is about him buying the wheelchair for the lady.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
This is awesome story. Just an
I mean,
awesome
yeah, he
story.
was he was so generous. And I mean, there's so many like, there were a lot of charities back in the day that were wanting to work with Elvis to get like their message out there, right? And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the polio vaccine, back when we were
Yeah.
all going through COVID and everything, we brought that story back to light, going, well, yeah, when they were going through the same kind of issue, they were like, okay, let's get a picture of Elvis, getting his polio vaccine, and it influenced that generation to,
People to do it.
Yes. Oh
go
yeah.
out and get that
Oh yeah.
vaccination
That's
too.
right.
So,
Yeah.
he definitely loved people. He loved to help people. And again, his whole story, just his upbringing. I mean, the Presleys, his parents grew up in the Great Depression and they essentially had nothing. And that's why
Right.
leading to our archives of 1.5 million items. It's because they saved everything because they had nothing. So he knew his background and he never forgot it. And that's another thing that everybody just loved about Elvis. He was so humble. And just really, really, really loved people. So it's just again, it's a nice story with a
Yeah.
nice guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously a sad ending. But
Sure.
again, everybody always likes to talk about, well, gosh, what would he have done if he would have lived 5 years, 10 years longer? And I'm going, the stars aligned for a reason. I mean, I think he wanted to work with like a big orchestra, right? That was always talked about. He wanted to do a lot of
Yeah.
things with a lot
Yeah.
more musicians and
Yeah.
everything. But I mean, again, I think the stars aligned the way that it was meant to. And again, Graceland being in Memphis, I think that's a huge part of our success today, is that when you think about where we're located, we're pretty centrally located in the middle of the country,
Hmm.
and we sit on two major interstates. We sit on 55 going north and south, and 40 going east and
40
west.
East West.
A
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
people traveling on those roads
That's
every single
exactly
day.
right.
So
Yeah. Hadn't
I
thought
think
about it that way,
I
but
Yeah.
think
that's
that
exactly
definitely
right.
has a huge, huge,
Sure.
huge piece to the puzzle here, and really exactly where Graceland's located. We're at those crossroads, literally
Yeah.
where the two interstates connect.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
like I said, the stars
So true.
aligned, and here we are.
Yeah.
Now, Alicia, this is going to be the most important question of the night. Okay.
Okay.
Now, we've changed it up. This has become a fan favorite over time. And what we normally do is we'll give our guests two artists and they get to pick their favorite.
Okay.
And we each have an artist, but we don't disclose whose is whose. But the winner, the other one has to buy breakfast. We do our show
Oh.
recap. It's a high class show. We do our recap at
Yeah.
Waffle House on Friday morning.
Oh,
So,
I love Waffle House.
oh yeah, it's amazing. But you know, and here's the thing. But this, we thought, man, this is Elvis. This is Alicia coming on. It's got to be special. So we threw out the artists, and we're going to do two Elvis songs, and you have to pick your favorite.
Okay.
Now, DC always accused me of cheating in this, but there's no way with two songs I can cheat. So I'm going to put his suspicious mind to rest over this whole thing because he's always has a suspicious mind that I'm trying to pull something and get the win, but I don't. So there's no way to do that with two songs. There's no
Yeah.
suspicious minds involved here. So DC, I'm going to let you say the two songs so there's no
I'll
conflict.
just say the one song
Well,
because
we
you
gotta
already
know,
said the other one.
but
No.
I don't.
No. Suspicious Minds versus Burning Love.
uh,
Which one's my favorite?
Yes, of the two.
Okay. And okay. Well, I mean, I have to go with Suspicious Minds. I mean,
Yeah.
that is honestly, like, truth be told, if there's a song that I could listen to on repeat, that's the one. I feel like you could play it on
Yeah.
the radio
Yes,
today and it sounds like a hit that was made, 5 minutes ago.
That's
It's such
yes,
a
exactly right.
it's such
I
a
agree.
song that transcends time, and everybody knows it, everybody loves it. There's
That's
so many
exactly
people who
right.
cover it. Like, it's just a great song.
Yes,
And I mean, not that I don't like Burning Love. That'll get you going. But
right.
Suspicious Minds is a jam.
Well,
So
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
gonna say, Alicia, thank you so much. When I have my free breakfast, I will hold my coffee up to you Friday morning. And I am just glad because I always let him choose. I'm just glad he chose Burning Love because I don't know how I would have fit in Burning Love as a clue.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I'll stick with
that was
suspicious mind.
easy. That was
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, DC, see, I mean, it just is what it is. So
Yeah.
you're buying this
Absolutely.
week, my friend. You're buying.
Well, Alicia, before we get out of here with you, tell everybody, yeah, the big week's coming up.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
tell us some highlights that's going to happen.
Gosh, Elvis Week is always just so full of events. I mean, it's 9 days. We literally we call it Elvis
9
Week, but we
days.
end up going 9 days. And honestly, like, you really can't go wrong with any of the events. But we start with our Elvis tribute artist events, right? Like, we
Mm.
have an Elvis tribute artist contest that we actually started in 2007, the same year I started, and it is one of the most fun and fascinating things you'll ever see, because these guys, they
Yeah.
literally they have to win a preliminary contest, and these preliminary contests take place all over the world. We have three in Australia, I think
Mm.
two in the UK,
Wow.
multiple in Canada, obviously some in US, and I mean there's 20. So we have 20 guys who have traveled from all over the world to be here to compete to win $20,000 and the title of the champion for this year. So
Mm-hmm.
so that starts out the weekend, and then we obviously have some of the guys who have won previous years come back and host all sorts of different events, whether there's concerts or shows, or even like conversations with the guys. I mean, they're just really, really great guys, and they're all extremely talented. And so that's really the beginning of the week. And then when you get closer to the end of the week, the week in itself was scheduled around August 15th, which is the night of the candlelight vigil.
Yep.
Elvis Presley actually passed away on the morning of August 16th. And the candlelight vigil was actually an event that was started by the fans. A year after Elvis died, they all gathered around the front gates of Graceland and they had their candles, and so we decided, okay, well, we're going to keep their tradition going. And
That's
so we
fantastic.
allow fans to, they line up in the streets and, they'll light their candles, and we let them, walk up to the meditation garden and pay their respects to Elvis. And this takes place all night long. We keep it open until the last people decide to go up. It could last until, 3 or 4 in the morning.
Wow.
With however many fans that have, chosen to fly in
That's
for
amazing.
this. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, and we do live stream this, so there's a lot of people who can't make it, and they do like to watch this
okay.
online. And so that is an option, but to be there in person, it's just, I
Yeah.
always tell people, I can't really describe it to you. You get this feeling of being here and being surrounded by everybody else that loves Elvis in this like somber moment of like respect and love and care and mourning at the same time. So
Yeah.
so really the week is full of fun and music and conversations, and we bring in a lot of people who knew Elvis, like Jerry Schilling,
Yeah. Yeah.
Linda Thompson, who dated Elvis. We
Mhm.
bring in these
Sure.
great
Yep.
people that the fans love. They love to hear from them, and
Hear
but
their stories. Yeah.
yeah, and at the end of the day, it's really all around the candlelight vigil. So
Mm. Oh,
Amazing.
wow. Wow. Great stuff. Yeah. So, obviously it's very easy to find, on social media how to follow everything. So is there anything, you know, that we might not know of to try to follow
I mean, we try to keep everyone as updated as we can and put out
on
as
the
much
website?
content that we can.
Sure.
Yeah, on our website and our
Sure.
socials, at Visit Graceland is
Right.
where you can find all of that.
Okay.
But no, I mean, we try to put out as much as we possibly can. And we like to give people some, behind the scenes look at different things and
Yeah.
create fun content. Because I mean, again, we are here to entertain. That's the
Yeah.
great part of our jobs. We're here to, help people have fun and have a good time and make memories, all at the same time while, enjoying Elvis's music and sharing that with the world. So yeah, just visit our website and visit our socials.
Yes.
Fantastic. And once again, folks, make sure you get Elvis Radio
Yes.
and listen for Alicia on the Graceland Beat
Thank
with
you.
Argo and all those great folks that run that. It's just amazing. And I hope one day when I'm there, the studio's not empty. I looked in there all the trips I've been, and no one's been in there. So I wanted to
Well,
wave at Argo or somebody. So
I'll tell you to try to always come by on like a Wednesday or a Thursday. That's
Wednesday or
yeah.
Thursday. That's
Okay.
the
There
tip.
we go.
There you go.
There's
And
your
when
All right.
inside look. There you go.
and
Yeah.
DC, when they see you, they will run. So it's all good.
No,
Maybe I
we're gonna
should.
get in here. Get in
They'll
here.
cut. Yeah, they'll cut
Yeah.
that day
You'll
out.
make, you'll make my job easier. That's why I love having guests on. I'm
Yeah.
like, let them
Yeah.
talk. It's great.
Alicia will say, "Hey, DC's here. Come on, run, run, run."
Right. Right.
Yes.
Oh, it's been an honor.
Oh,
We
it
appreciate you
has.
taking some
Yes.
time with us. Can you wait it out with us as we finish it out?
Sure.
All right.
All right.
Fantastic. DH, take it.
All right. Well, first off, I want to say either congratulations or condolences, whichever way you look at it, because you're an official member of D&D Dynamite. And
Yeah,
your
we
family
appreciate you
now.
so much.
We really appreciate you joining in with us tonight and all the insight and information. And folks, I'm telling you, if you get a chance, you need to go down for Elvis Week. If not, you need to go see Graceland at any time of the year. It is
Yeah.
an amazing experience for you and your family. It's something I remember taking my son there, and it's just something that you can
It's a
build
special,
family-
special
yeah,
place.
you can build great family memories there. So it's very
It's
special.
very
So
true.
thank you again for all you do. And folks, that's going to do it for another episode of D&D Dynamite 80s. Remember, you can find us on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, pretty much anywhere our faces can go, we're going to put them there. So, we'll help you out with that. And also on Canyon Star TV, we're a member of their family. So we're proud to be associated with them.
Mhm.
And as I always end off before I send it over to DC, folks, it doesn't cost anything extra to be kind. So always be kind to each other. DC?
Amen. Amen, brother. Before we get out of here and talk about guests next week, let's get those sponsors in real quick.
Yes, let's do it.
DND Dynamite 80s would like to thank their sponsors, Hudson's Flags and More, Nesting Project of Smyrna, Tennessee, PJG Marketing, Totally Cool 80s, Charlie Bubbles Cares for Kids, Jackie's Creations on Facebook, Riley Rhodes Art Designs at RileyRhodes.art on Instagram, and the Magic Yarn Project. You can find all these great folks online. You most certainly can. We appreciate their time and efforts for us.
Yes, and folks, we when we started this thing a little over 5 years ago, one of the things we said is we wanted to find a way to kind of give back a little bit. We have been very blessed to be associated and kind of help with two organizations. The first one is the Magic Yarn Project. And I know we talk about this every week, but I'm going to recap it again. What these folks do is they make head coverings like princes or superheroes. And they hand knit those, and it's all volunteers. And then they take those head coverings and they provide them for free to children who are battling cancer. And those head covers make such a difference for those kids and those families. So, if you're out there and you're thinking about providing support, keep them in mind. And also, Charlie Bubbles Cares for Kids, our friend the Vooch, Paul, he does a wonderful job. And what they do, if you make a donation, they actually take and make sure kids that may not be able to afford them receive books. And as educators, we know how important literacy is at a young age. So please get out and support those organizations if you feel the move to. And DC, Charlie Bubbles also has a special.
Yeah, he's got a new book.
Talk about that.
Yeah, he's got a new book out, True Heart, and he needs some help with production of that book. So if you can find it in yourself to be able to help with those fine folks, please give Charlie Bubbles Cares for Kids or the Magic Yarn Project. Give them a look. They would appreciate it for sure. Next week, John Daly, the EP Boulevard Pawn Shop. He will be on to talk his expertise about Elvis and Elvis collectibles and things like that. And then the week after, Joseph Hall, who is an Elvis tribute artist, will be on as well. And then Sally Hodell, who has authored some books about Elvis, will also be a guest to finish out our month. Man, a fantastic start, and we appreciate Alicia Dean, Elvis, the one and only, the greatest performer on the planet, and there will never be one that gets close, in my opinion. We appreciate you starting off our celebration month with being with us.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me. It's always a blast to see you guys, and always fun to talk about Elvis Presley.
Yes.
All right. And we hope folks, you'll come back and see, get on again sometime with us.
And Alicia, I want to say thank you because, as DC said, the legacy continues, but it's because of your hard work.
Your work. Yeah, you guys.
So thank you for that.
Do a tremendous job. You really do.
Yep.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
So for DH, Alicia Dean, this is DC. Keep playing that music, my friends, whatever decade turns you on, especially those Elvis songs. Keep playing those as well. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week, folks.
Thank you, Alicia.